everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Fisayo. I'm an international student from Nigeria studying in the United States. I'm currently getting my MBA, and for my MBA I got a fully funded scholarship that came with a graduate assistantship role. I shared this in my previous video and people have asked me, so what are my expenses like? How much do I get to save off of the money that I'm being paid every month? They want to know what my finances are like and how they can plan against their move to the United States. So I'll be sharing, full disclosure, what my expenses are like and what I get to save every month. If this interests you, definitely keep watching. If you're new here, welcome. I'd like to connect with you. Please let me know where you're viewing my video from in the comment section, okay? So let's go right into it. The first and the most expensive item on my list is rent. Of course, rent. Okay, let me just say something. So if I say something like 1,700, I actually mean 1,700. If I say 1,895, I mean 1,895. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. So my rent is the biggest portion of my expense every month. The rent for my apartment is $1,895 monthly, and unfortunately so I'd already worn this sweater and dressed up before I realized that it had NYC written on it. No, I don't live in NYC, I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and $1,895 is not going to get me a 3-bedroom apartment in New York City. FYI, if you're going there, you need to plan for more. There are websites that you can use to check for what the typical rent is like in your area. So you can check websites like apartments.com, rentalmeter.com, homefinder.com. There you'd see like what the typical range for rent is, and you can begin to plan for your finances ahead of time. So coming back to me, I live in a 3-bedroom apartment. It's 3-bed, 2-bath, and I happen to be taking the master bed, so that means I get to pay more than my housemates. And so the portion of the rent I get to pay every month is $683. For our apartment, we get to pay for power and Wi-Fi separately. This is not the same everywhere. The previous place that I lived, the rent amount came with the power, like Wi-Fi, all sorts of utilities, like everything was inclusive of the rent. But here it's just different. So you may need to also find that out if your rent is inclusive of utilities. The utilities that I get to pay for are power and Wi-Fi. For power, averagely we pay between 75 to 80 every month. So let's just say 75. So, and we split that in 3 equal parts. So that's $25 for me. The cost for Wi-Fi is $60 per month. And so we split that also in 3, and that's $20 for me as well. So in total, my rent and utilities sums up to be $728 monthly. The next most expensive thing on my list is food. I split this between groceries and eating out. So for groceries, I typically spend around $60 every month to get my groceries, like the regular chicken, vegetables, rice, things like that. So I spend $60 every month. And for eating out, I try to treat myself like at least every week. So I'll probably spend between $30 and $50 eating out every week. For the purpose of this calculation, I just put it at $40 per week, and so in a month that is $160. So 160 and 60 gives $220 for food. Next on my list is for clothing, beauty, and self-care. I typically spend around $100 every month, either trying to get my nails done, or trying to get a beauty or a skincare product, or trying to shop for an outfit. So typically I spend around $100 every month doing this. In the future, this would increase because since I moved here for I've been living in the United States for a year and 2 months now, and I've made my hair every time by myself. If I get to start paying people for that service, then definitely my beauty, clothing, and self-care expense will definitely ramp up. But currently it's at $100. Now for transportation, I spend about 142. So this, I did check my last credit card statement to see how much I actually spent on Uber or Lyft rides in a month, and it came to $142. That's a lot of money. I think I should learn how to ride a bicycle so that I can be going by myself. But I stay quite a distance from school, and I do not like to use the bus. In a week, I probably spend around $35 commuting from school to the house or to anywhere that I'm going to. So in total, that comes to $142. I do not take Uber or Lyft every day to school. Other times I hitch a ride with a friend or I walk. Most likely hitch a ride than walk though. My school is about 28 minutes to 30 minutes walking distance from my house. So it's not very encouraging to walk, especially in this Arizona. It's hot. Like, the sun in Arizona is something else. We're not called sun devils for a vain reason. Yeah, it gets really hot, so I do not really like to walk in the sun. So I either hitch a ride or I book an Uber or a Lyft ride. So in total, I typically spend around $142 every month for that. Next item on my list is for giving. I apportion $160 to that. So I just like to, give people, my friends, maybe when they're having birthdays, or gift cards to people, giving to church. Yeah, so all of that sums up to $160 every month. Next item is miscellaneous. So things just happen, something can happen that you didn't plan for. I put that together, and just from last month, I saw that came to about $80. Final item is subscriptions. So my subscriptions for my Apple Music, Cloud, Amazon Prime, editing softwares, investment apps. Sometimes we do pay for course packs in school, and then my phone bill, like my regular monthly subscription. So the total of this comes to around $60 every month, and that's about all of my expenses. So in total, that is $14.90 every month. There's something that I've left out though, which is travel expenses. I do not travel every month, but typically when I travel, I spend between $250 to $500 depending on how many trips I go on or where we are going and the activities that are carried out on those trips. So in a month where I get to travel and do fun stuff, that would be almost $2,000 every month in spending. One thing to note though is that I don't have to worry about health bills, because my scholarship came with a health insurance that pays for my health bills. So if I have to visit the hospital, I do not have to pay for any of those bills, thankfully. So in total, on a typical month, I spend $14.90, just to be a student. Now, the second question is how much I save. Unfortunately, I do not get to save any money from what I'm being paid because I spend more than I earn. What I earn currently as a student doesn't cover for all of my expenses. It covers just a little over 60% of my monthly expenses. I don't get to save anything off of the money I'm being paid every month as a student. The next question will be, how do I fund the excess of what I'm being paid? I interned in the summer, and so I got some savings from that. So I am able to use some of my savings from my internship in the summer to cater to my monthly expenses. I didn't need to take any loans when I was coming to school in the United States. I hope this was helpful and gave you a bit of knowledge of what bills are like and what you should be planning for. I intend to wrap up the application series shortly because I find that there are more things that you should know about my experiences as an international student and my past life. So I'll be wrapping this series shortly. But if there's anything that you'd want me to talk about that I haven't already answered, please drop them in the comments. If there's any video that you want me to make that I haven't already talked about, let me see it in the comments and I'll definitely respond to you or do a video about it. Again, thank you so much for taking this time to view my channel. If you're new here and haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Please like this video. It helps YouTube share my content with more people that need to know about what I'm speaking about. So please like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah, thank you so much and see you in my next video. Bye.